Hey Joe, it's everyone here. If you are just getting started with print on demand and you are searching for a print on demand company, sometimes that can be a little bit of an overwhelming thing as you're looking through, trying to figure out which one to use. You might even start going through supplier catalogs and you might discover that you may end up wanting to use more than one supplier on your store. And maybe you are asking yourself questions like these. These are screenshots I pulled out of my print on demand Facebook group with some common questions that I get about print on demand suppliers, how shipping works, and how to use more than one on the same store. And in today's video, we're going to break down all of that. I'm also going to show you my top print on demand suppliers that you can use on your store in 2024. During the video, not only are we going to be breaking down each supplier, but I also have tons of different product samples that we'll be taking a little bit of a closer look at. That way you can see quality and you can really know if the supplier you want to work with is going to deliver an awesome product. I started my first print on demand store in 2016, and since then I have reviewed hundreds of product samples. If you want to check out some of my other videos here on the channel, I have included a lot of my favorites for you to see. I also have a free course. It's called Print on Demand for Dummies. Inside there's over 30 videos showing you how to actually install print on demand suppliers, create products, and build your Shopify store. There's a link down in the description, and like I said, the best part is it is completely free. If you want to just jump to when I show the first print on demand supplier today, you can go to this timestamp here. First, I want to review some really key information that will help you to actually choose a supplier. A lot of people sometimes think that where they live is going to impact which supplier they should choose. And honestly, it doesn't. What really does matter though is where you plan to sell to. For example, if you live in the United States and you're selling to the United States, then you're using a supplier that's based in the United States, then you have nothing to worry about. Obviously though, if you live in the USA and you want to sell products to Europe and you're using a USA supplier, there could be some issues there. Primarily around the fact that people in Europe would end up having to pay an import tax when they receive your item. Also, let's say that you live in Europe and you're looking to sell products to the United States. If you use a supplier that is based in the United States, then again, you have nothing to worry about. The fact that you live in Europe doesn't impact anything when it comes to postage because you are using a USA supplier and sending it to someone in the USA. Sometimes multiple print-on-demand providers will have the same products inside of their catalog. However, sometimes they will be different prices. You might even see certain cases where different suppliers are actually charging different shipping rates for the item, which means as you are going through and looking at different suppliers, you might end up needing to do some math and sort of start crunching numbers to figure out which supplier would be best based on the product you want to sell. Just like before, when I said some print-on-demand suppliers will have the same items, you will sometimes see different prices, but in some cases that could be due to the product quality. A lot of times, some print-on-demand providers will offer a more budget-friendly option of a specific product, and maybe in some cases it's not going to be the highest quality item, but it is super cheap. And on the other hand, sometimes you will see suppliers that are offering more of a premium item that will cost more, but the quality is better. Obviously, trying to compare those is going to be important. Like I said before, I have a ton of different product reviews here on my channel. Oftentimes I will get samples from multiple providers to compare them so that way you can see the differences, so make sure to check some of those out. Also, in some cases, as you're looking through different print-on-demand providers, you might see a few products from one supplier that you'd like to use, and then maybe there's some other products that are only available from another supplier, which means you now need to think about using two suppliers on the same store. This is totally doable. In a little bit, we'll actually break down how this would actually work and how it could impact things, but it's important to note, as you are starting your store, it's probably going to be best for you to keep it simple and try to offer as few products as possible. I have some other videos here on my channel about why, but primarily that's to help you to launch quickly and not be making dozens and dozens of designs before you even open your store. Our next supplier has definitely one of the largest product catalogs out there. You can find everything from traditional apparel like this that has really nice print quality. This is a print-on-demand hoodie. They also have print-on-demand stuffed animals where your design goes here on the t-shirt. In addition to bunnies, they also have lions, tigers, and bears, oh my. They also have an extensive line of footwear, everything from flip-flops to sports shoes like these here. They also have high tops and low tops as well. You will also find an extensive line of blankets. This here is a baby minky velveteen blanket. You can see some very vibrant print on here. It is also super soft and definitely high quality. They also have an extensive line of drinkware, everything from skinny tumblers to shot glasses and more. Different items for the wall as well, things such as clocks and posters and other cool things like that. They also have some yoga related products. This here is a rubber yoga mat. I actually have a video here on the channel breaking this down. Definitely high quality print, durable product, and definitely something that your customers would like. Those products were from a print-on-demand company called Printify. They have over 850 products here inside of their catalog. They also integrate with almost 10 different places to actually sell print-on-demand items. Shopify, which is my favorite, also Etsy and other standalone places like Wix and Squarespace. Inside of their catalog, they have tons of different really cool all-over printed apparel items, as well as a lot of different home decor stuff. If you go into their catalog here, you'll see men's and women's and kids clothing, but also an entire home and living category here with tons of different wall art, stationery products, different things for the bedroom, seasonal decorations, and more. Printify, as you know, one of the largest print-on-demand providers. They're actually a company that connects us as merchants to the print providers. Printify doesn't actually print anything here, and I think honestly that is what makes them much different. And here's exactly what I mean. For this hoodie, if we scroll down, we will see different providers listed down below. We'll see Monster Digital, we'll see Arcwood Styles, we'll see a few more as well. Each one will have a rating, each one will have their own pricing, their own shipping, and it will even show you the location that the item is shipping from. That way, as you're trying to find a provider inside of Printify, you'll be able to choose one that matches where you are actually trying to sell to. When you're inside of this window here, if you click on provider info, you'll be able to see all the different pricing for the different sizes or the different variants. You'll be able to see some shipping prices as well. You'll also be able to click through and read a little bit more about the actual supplier. Printify is a free print-on-demand supplier, but they do have a premium option. If you have a Printify premium account, you will get 20% off of each one of your orders. And if you make a few sales per month, that is definitely going to pay for itself. If you want to get a free month of Printify Premium, you can use code NINJA50, that's NINJA50, in all capital letters, and it will get you a free month of Printify Premium. And before we go to the next supplier, I want to address a few questions, starting with this one here. Can you use multiple print-on-demand suppliers on the same shop? The short answer is yes, of course. There's nothing stopping you from a technical perspective to actually use 2 different suppliers, or even 3 or 4 or even 50 if you wanted to. But obviously there's some nuances that need to be broken down. Take a look at this question here from Rebecca. It says, can someone please explain to me how shipping information is given to a customer after they have placed an order? Does the POD company send me a tracking number and I need to relay that information to the customer? Or does the POD company send the info directly to the customer? And then what if a customer purchases items from multiple POD companies? Will they receive multiple emails? So the answer to the first question is, if you're using Shopify and a customer orders from your store, they are automatically going to get emails containing tracking numbers that are attached to their order, which means if you are using one supplier and someone comes on your store and buys something, they will then receive an email when the item ships with the tracking number. The same thing is true if they order products from your store and they are fulfilled through multiple suppliers. If one supplier is fulfilling a hoodie, when the hoodie ships, the customer will receive an email with that tracking number. When their second item, let's say a notebook, for example, ships, they will also receive an email with that tracking number. It is all automatic and you do not have to do anything, and you honestly don't have to be concerned. In this day and age, it is very common to receive shipments in multiple packages. It happens to me all the time here at my house. Another question is something like this here, where it says, how do you guys handle shipping when using multiple POD companies? Meaning, if you are selling a hoodie from one company and that costs you $8 to ship, and then you're selling a notebook from another company and that costs you $5 to ship, how do you end up making sure that you are pricing things accordingly to both make sure that you are making profit and that you are not losing a bunch of money on the shipping? Kind of like this post here. It says, if you sell 3 different items which go to a different supplier with their own shipping rates, how do you set shipping then? Let's say that someone buys a mug with a shipping of $3.95, a hoodie from a different supplier with shipping of $5.95, and a t-shirt from another supplier with a shipping of $4.95. You are probably not going to charge $14.95 in shipping to the customer, or are you? Basically, this question is something that is asked all the time inside of my Print on Demand Facebook group by people that are just getting started with their store. And it's a valid question. If you are selling products on your store and they're coming from multiple places and you are incurring shipping charges from those providers, how do you pass that on to the customer? The short answer is you don't. Honestly, if you were to price shipping rates at a way that would actually charge customers the real shipping, in some cases that could get very, very expensive. For example, if you are selling 3 different items from 3 different providers and each one of them has an $8 shipping charge, that is $24 in total shipping. It would not be a good idea to try to figure out a way to pass on a $24 shipping charge to your customer, and instead what you should do is just do free shipping. In practice, what you could actually do is bundle some of that shipping cost into your actual items and then offer free shipping to your customers if they spend over a certain amount. This might be a little bit technical to understand. Like I said at the beginning, I do have a free course linked down in the description. Inside of there, I show how to set up shipping. What you could actually do though is you could figure out what the actual retail price would be of your orders if someone was to buy more than one item. Whatever that number is, that becomes your free shipping threshold, meaning if someone spends over $50, for example, they will get free shipping. And that way you're not passing on an absurd shipping charge to your customer, but you've also bundled that shipping into your retail price to make sure that you are not losing profits. This is something a lot of people stress about, and I definitely take a very simple approach with this to make things easier and to not get myself in situations where I am charging customers too much for shipping. Next up is a company that offers some extremely high quality all over printed apparel like what you are seeing here. Everything from vibrant all over printed hoodies like this here. They also have this in a zip up version as well. In addition to hoodies, they also have an extensive line of sports jerseys like this. This one here is a reversible baseball jersey where you can actually have 2 designs, one on the outside here and then one on the inside. And you can see that the print quality is extremely vibrant. They also have an extensive line of men and women's swim products. These here are men's bathing suits. You can see the mesh lining here on the inside. And again, we have a pretty vibrant print quality here on this. Like I said, this supplier specializes in all over print apparel items, and we're going to take a look at them now. Those products were from a company called Subliminator. Now, Subliminator is a company that is actually from the Netherlands. Their factory, though, is in China. If you click through to their different products, you'll be able to see different information about shipping timeframes and things like that. One of the things that Subliminator does very, very well is cut and sew all over printed products. Basically, what that means is each one of these products is custom cut and sewn by hand and put together for you on demand. So if you're selling these joggers here or this sweatshirt, your product is printed in separate pieces, and I'll show you that in a moment. That is so that way you can actually have an all over printed design. You'll see these items here have the design all over the entire product. Once Subliminator goes to actually produce your item, they will cut out each individual piece and sew it together. Inside of their product catalog here, you can see a lot of really unique things, everything from leggings and all over printed hoodies to kids hoodies and joggers and tumblers, snug hoodies, hoodies for dogs, puzzles, blankets, and more. Like I said, on their different product listings here, you can scroll down, you can click on shipping, and you can look at some different time frames, both for production time and for shipping. Each one of their items also has an express shipping option if you're shipping to the United States, which could be great in terms of trying to make sure that the item does get there faster. You'll also see in here that there are some design templates that you can design on. Each one is going to be something you can download, and you'll want to use it to actually create your design. For example, here with this product, we have a left leg, a right leg, and a waistband. Basically, your design will be printed out in different pieces, and then they're going to sew it together to actually make your item. Inside of the Printify catalog, Subliminator is actually featured. So there are a lot of different products that Subliminator offers that you can get through the Printify app. So if you are using Printify for other items and you wanted to also sell some items with Subliminator, you might be able to do so all under the Printify app. The next supplier has a very unique assortment of items. Everything from bamboo cutting boards like this here, where your design is actually engraved right into the wood, to custom sports balls like this here. Not only do they have footballs, but they also have baseballs and basketballs and even more. They also have a fair bit of tech accessories like these print-on-demand headphones right here. Your design goes right on the ear here. You can do different designs on the left and the right side. This supplier also has a fair bit of different games, everything from playing cards to print-on-demand puzzles and even metal signs like this. Those products were from a print-on-demand company called T-Launch. Now, T-Launch is going to have a lot of your really typical apparel items. They have an extensive collection of drinkware and some home decor items as well. They are the supplier that has these print-on-demand metal signs here. They also have a really great selection of wooden cutting boards as well. They have Apple Watch bands like this here. They even have a full line of custom sports balls like these, everything from baseballs to lacrosse balls and soccer balls and even volleyballs as well. You could also create your own pack of custom trading cards if you wanted to through the T-Launch app. Again, like I said, they have a bunch of really typical apparel items as well, t-shirts, hoodies, sweatshirts, tank tops, things like that, as well as some of the more unique stuff as well. All of their items will show right on their product listing page where the item ships from. You'll also be able to see important pricing information and then different shipping information as well if you scroll down. Just like the other print-on-demand providers we've looked through today, there are also templates available as well on each of the product listings that you can download to actually make your design. The next supplier has some pretty unique items. One new one here is this woven blanket, which is definitely a really cool product. They sent me this as a sample. They asked for a high resolution photo, so I sent them one from a family photo shoot, so that's why that's there. They also have some really cool acrylic items like this. They have an option where the base will actually have a plug in it, so then that way there'll be like an LED light going through the acrylic here. Those products were from a supplier called ShineOn. Now, ShineOn is unique in the sense that they have products that a lot of other companies do not. They have an extensive selection of jewelry. They have some acrylics. They also have some watches and leather products as well. You can see here inside of all the jewelry options, they have buyer upload products where customers can put their photos on the jewelry. They have custom engraving on the back as well. They have a few different leather options here, both a wallet and a journal, and also some stockings and some woven blankets as well. On the product listing, you will see the price from the ShineOn app here. They also have a recommended selling price as well, and it shows where the item actually ships from. You will see that some of the items, they ship from the United States and the EU. They actually do have a factory in Europe, so if you are selling to Europe, you'd be able to get the items there a little bit faster, and you can see again that they have lots of different jewelry options here. Basically, the print-on-demand part of these types of products is the message card that goes behind the jewelry product here. So you would want to make a design on this message card for your niche, and then the person would be buying it as some sort of a gift or something like that. For some of their products, there will be a template that you can download. For some as well, it'll just give you a recommended resolution. For something like this here, like this message card, all you need is a square design. They recommend it to be 1000 by 1000 pixels. Obviously though, if you're selling a different one of their products, there will be a template that you will want to use. Obviously, there are more print-on-demand suppliers than what we've looked at today. I wanted to show you though 4 of the ones that I have used a lot. I started my first store in 2016. I've sold lots of different products. I've used lots of different suppliers. I've reviewed hundreds of product samples, and these 4 suppliers that I've broken down today are the ones that I have had the most experience with. So that's why I chose them for this video. Obviously, there are other suppliers out there that I have used in the past, and there might even be some that you want to use as well that I didn't look at in this video. I think it's important though for you to consider some of the things that I talked about today. It could come down to product pricing or quality or assortment or even the location where the supplier is. That will end up impacting which one you choose. Hopefully this video was helpful, and let me know down in the comments below if you have any questions about print-on-demand suppliers that I did not talk about today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.